Hello and welcome to another episode of The Really Show. I'm your host, Aaron Ross. Today's show, Secret Societies, the Freemasons. If you like the show, subscribe. Have you ever heard of the Freemasons? Perhaps you had an old relative who was a member, or heard a reference in an old historical program. Maybe you've driven by one of their lodges, or have recognized their logo. Who are the Freemasons? What do they do? Why are they here? Let's start with a little history. Although no conclusive evidence has yet come to light as to the exact origins of the Freemasons, it is widely believed that the fraternal order had its beginnings in the stonemasons guilds of the Middle Ages. Detailed records really only started in 1717 when the first Masonic Grand Lodge of England was formed. A Grand Lodge is the governing body which oversees the individual lodges. A lodge, of course, is where Freemasons meet. After the formation of this first Grand Lodge, over the next 3 decades, the fraternity spread quickly throughout Europe and into the Americas. And today, Freemasons can be found throughout the world. What goes on at these places? Well, most lodges meet once a month and have dinner for the Masons' families, friends of Masons, and prospective Masons. For those who are interested and meet the requirements to become a Mason, they are brought through the 3 degrees of Masonry: entered apprentice, fellowcraft, and master Mason. What are the requirements for becoming a Freemason? You must believe in a supreme being. It's open to men of all religions and beliefs, but you must not be an atheist. You must join of your own free will. You must be a man, hence fraternity. You must be freeborn. You must be of legal age, typically 18 or older. And you must come recommended by at least 2 Freemasons from the lodge you are petitioning. So what is their purpose and objectives? Secretly running the world? Probably not. They seem to be far more benevolent. The Freemasons believe in making good men better. Their aim is to improve their members' spiritual and moral condition. They believe in the betterment of the community and the world, not by ruling it, but by giving back to it. This is done by philanthropic means, donating time and resources to good causes. Also giving back to their home lodge, or as Masons call it, their Blue Lodge. The Masonic order as a whole is quite benevolent, but as with most organizations, has had its share of scandal and difficulties. Just do a Google search on Freemasons and you can find everything from the Morgan scandal to the anti-Masonic party to Freemasons are the Illuminati and running the world. Some of what you find will be true and some of it won't be. Being such a long-standing organization, the Freemasons aren't just comprised of average citizens. No, they're a veritable treasure trove of the who's who of history. Here's just a small sample of the notables. Astronauts Buzz Aldrin and John Glenn, Kings George VI and Edward VII and VIII of England, Prince Arthur, son of Queen Victoria, and Frederick the Great, King of Prussia. Entertainers Irving Berlin, Duke Ellington, Nat King Cole, Mel Blanc, and Ernest Borgnine. Author Samuel Clemens, Mark Twain to most of you. Giants of industry John Jacob Astor, once the wealthiest man in America. Walter P. Chrysler, Henry Ford, the car guys. Founders of great organizations such as W.E.B. Du Bois, the NAACP. Jean-Henri Dunant, founder of the Red Cross. Notable world leaders like Emilio Aguinaldo, first president of the Philippines. British Prime Minister Winston Churchill. And as you might well know, many of America's founding fathers were Freemasons, including a number of presidents, the first being George Washington, the last being Gerald Ford. So there you go, the Freemasons, not such a secret society after all. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them in the comments area. We'd love to hear from you. And that's our show for today. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time. It's open to men of all religions and beliefs, But we don't want the Irish. What?